what we know right now is that the incident started here, and about 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, a suspect was detained over in Woodland Hills area by citizens.
So someone purposely set the Kenneth fire?
At this time, that's what we believe, yes.
Do you know how or why they did that?
That I don't know.
Is this a crime scene right now?
Yes.
So everything's closed off?
It's being investigated as a crime.
Well, 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 would you look at that? Now, you know, I've been talking about these fires in California over on my main channel, Cinema Shogun, and I've been pointing out, and it's not just me, a lot of people have been pointing out that, hey, maybe there's just a tidbit of arson involved here. Like, maybe some of these fires are being started by arsonists. Maybe these are arson attacks. And the mainstream media, they've been blaming climate change. The politicians, they've been blaming climate change. If I had a nickel for every time I heard climate change in the last 3 days, I would be a millionaire right now. Because it's all they're talking about. But when I'm looking at these fires spread, I understand that yes, some of them are spreading because of the wind, but there's other fires popping up in other areas and it's just not adding up. Obviously, there's some foul play. There's some type of mischievousness going on here. Something ain't right. But of course, me and everyone else that points this out, we were called conspiracy theorists. Just about 6 hours ago, the LAPD, the mainstream media, they were bashing people for suggesting that maybe these are arson attacks. They were even bashing Hollywood celebrities like Henry Winkler, calling him a conspiracy theorist for floating these theories. Well, how did that age? It didn't age well, did it? You know, they say the difference between a conspiracy and the truth is about 6 months. Well, in this case, it was about 72 hours. Within 3 days, we went from, oh, maybe this is arson, being a complete conspiracy theory, to it being the truth within 3 days. And now, they've opened up an investigation. Some of these fires are now being treated as open crime scenes. There was one person arrested. They were originally caught by random civilians that watched them spark one of these fires. But over on my main channel, I got videos of people who were starting fires. We got police dispatch audio where people are calling in reporting that people are riding around in ski masks on mopeds, hopping off and starting little fires all over the place in LA. And the mainstream media hasn't been focusing on that. They're focusing on climate change. But I want to roll this clip because now the truth is getting out there. Now it's undeniable. An arrest has been made. The investigations are underway. I don't expect to get the whole truth, but at least we're getting somewhere now. Let's roll the clip and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Brian, this is a huge and very frustrating development.
Yeah, I mean, totally unexpected, Dan. Was not expecting to get that piece of information in the last couple of minutes. We were sort of wondering why there are so many police out here. Obviously, this is a fire scene, and we've been at fire scenes for the last couple of days, and it didn't really make a lot of sense that more and more LAPD were showing up, and then the crime scene unit also being out here. So we spoke to the lead officer in charge, who you saw there, and he was very open about it. He said that they believe the Kenneth fire, which is the latest fire to start here in LA, now at 900 acres, give or take, they believe that someone did intentionally set it, that this is now officially an arson investigation. He said this whole area behind me, the canyon behind me, they're calling now a crime scene, and that they have a person in custody, detained, who they are questioning. Apparently someone in the area may have seen something. Now someone is in custody. But when you think about what has gone on in LA over the last 3 days. And granted, keep in mind, this is just the latest fire. This doesn't mean the other fires that we've been covering were intentionally shot. We don't we don't know. But LAPD saying they believe this latest fire was arson, Dan.
Look, personally, I'm not going to sit here and say that I believe all of these fires were acts of arson or that's how they started. Although that is a huge possibility right now. We definitely can't take that off the table. But I'm definitely open to the possibility that maybe, some of these fires started by accident. But all it takes, people, listen to this. You see, when the fire started originally spreading, when people were fleeing their homes and evacuating, the looting started. I mean, truckloads of people, busloads of people, van loads, if you will, of people were rolling into these neighborhoods, breaking into homes, looting, robbing, stealing. They're breaking into millionaire mansions, people who play NFL, NBA, actors, your favorite singers. People are ransacking through these homes as these fires spread. So all it takes is for one of these fires to spread naturally. People on the street see, oh, look, everyone's going and they're getting all of this stuff from these mansions as these homes burn down, as people are evacuating. All it takes is for messed up people on the streets to see that some people have capitalized and are, looting and taking advantage of the chaos from these fires. And then they'll say, hey, let's start our own fire. Let's start a fire over here. And then when everyone evacuates, we're going to go into the homes and loot them before they burn to the ground. Most of the evidence is destroyed in the fire. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science, folks. Yeah, maybe these fires started, I don't want to say naturally, but maybe, they did start in someone's backyard. Maybe it was all an accident. But I think it's very clear, and now we got proof. Now we know for a fact that some of these fires are being started by arsonists for whatever reason. Now, I believe that we have a lot of sleeper cells, a lot of enemies hiding in this country that have come across the southern border and are waiting to do things like this, to disrupt America, to destroy America in any way possible. But also, I do think that LA has a lot of criminals running rampant. They're looting the stores 24/7 and stuff like that. And now they figured out, hey, this is a lottery ticket for us. Go ahead and start a fire in the Hollywood Hills, and then we'll go rob all of the actors' mansions, and we'll get away with it because there's too much chaos going on. And there's already reports that the police are aware that some of this is happening, but in many cases, they can't really do anything about it because they're stretched so thin at this point with all of the other stuff that's going on. So it's an all-around wild situation. But like I said, it's not rocket science. We don't have to overcomplicate things. It's not hard to put two and two together. It's not hard to see that, hey, even if you're someone that believes that these fires started for whatever reason, there's people out here that are taking advantage of the chaos and they're causing more chaos to benefit from it in whatever way. I'm not sure what these people's personal agendas are. Some of them are just mentally ill people. And you got homeless people on the streets out here starting fires to stay warm. That's causing fires and stuff as well. So it's just all out chaos. And California is continuing to burn to the ground. But I'm glad that arrests have been made. I'm hoping that more arrests are made and that we get some sort of answers. But I don't think we'll ever get the full truth because it's obvious that they want to go with the climate change narrative over just being blatantly honest about what's going on the ground. And people on the ground say that, hey, there's a lot of mischief afoot. There's a lot of people out here starting fires and doing a lot of wild shit. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And as always, remain opinionated.